A hero returns home. Inside Yu MengLong's final ceremony, full coverage. The world watched in stunned silence as news broke. Yu MengLong, the beloved icon whose life and career were tragically cut short, was finally returning home for his final ceremony. The streets of his hometown were flooded with fans, media, and mourners alike, all drawn by a mix of grief, love, and an unshakable need to pay their last respects. From the moment the convoy carrying his remains entered the city, an eerie hush blanketed the crowd. Yet, there was a flicker of celebration in the air. A recognition that Yu MengLong's life, though tragically brief, had left an indelible mark on millions. Social media exploded with live footage. Fans holding candles, faces streaked with tears, and the haunting strains of his most beloved songs echoing through the city. Every corner seemed to tell a story. Every photograph captured a memory of a man who was more than an entertainer. He was a symbol of resilience, joy, and artistry. Normally bustling streets were transformed into a solemn procession route. Banners with messages of love and remembrance hung from lampposts. Citizens lined the avenues, some dressed in black, others wearing white, the colors of mourning and purity, reflecting the duality of sorrow and honor. Local authorities struggled to maintain order as the emotional crowd swelled beyond expectations. Journalists described scenes that were almost cinematic. An elderly woman clutching a photograph of Yu MengLong sobbing uncontrollably, children waving small flags emblazoned with his image, and fans softly singing his hits in a synchronized impromptu tribute. One reporter captured a moment that would define the day. The crowd collectively holding a moment of silence so deep and profound that not even the birds in the sky dared break it. The final ceremony itself was an intricate blend of cultural tradition and modern spectacle. The organizers spared no effort in crafting a tribute that reflected every aspect of Yu MengLong's life, from his early struggles in the entertainment industry to his meteoric rise as a global phenomenon. A stage was erected at the heart of the ceremony site, adorned with thousands of flowers and a massive LED screen projecting a timeline of Yu MengLong's life. Celebrities, political figures, and close friends delivered moving speeches that alternated between laughter, tears, and disbelief. One of his closest collaborators described him as a force of nature who inspired everyone around him, while a longtime friend recalled his mischievous sense of humor, now hauntingly absent. Musical performances were carefully curated to include his most iconic hits, some reimagined in orchestral versions that added gravitas and emotional weight. Every note, every lyric seemed to resonate with the collective heartbreak of the thousands gathered, creating a shared experience of mourning and remembrance. The ceremony didn't stop at physical presence. Millions of fans from around the world tuned in via live streams, social media platforms, and YouTube channels. Hashtags like #YouMengLongForever and #FinalFarewell trended worldwide within hours, breaking records in multiple regions. Digital candles, virtual flowers, and fan-created tribute videos flooded the internet, showing that his influence transcended borders, languages, and cultures. One viral clip captured a group of fans from South Korea singing one of his unreleased tracks in perfect harmony, demonstrating that even beyond his home country, Yu MengLong's artistry and spirit were immortalized in the hearts of fans. The streets surrounding the ceremony grounds were more than just a gathering of mourners. They were a living testament to Yu MengLong's extraordinary impact. For many, attending wasn't just about paying respects. It was a pilgrimage, a chance to say goodbye to someone who had shaped their lives through his art, courage, and unwavering dedication. Among the throngs of fans, reporters uncovered stories that were at once heartbreaking and inspiring. One teenage girl, traveling over 200 miles with her family, held a handmade banner that read, "You taught me to dream, now I carry your light forever." She whispered to the camera, tears streaming down her face. "I never got to meet him, but I feel like he knew me. His music got me through so many hard nights." An elderly couple, who had been fans since Yu MengLong's earliest dramas, stood together holding a framed collage of his photos. "We've watched him grow up with the country," the husband said, his voice trembling. "And now we have to say goodbye. But even in death, he gives us hope." Their story mirrored thousands of similar tales. People of all ages, social and economic backgrounds, united by one life that had touched millions. While the crowd's devotion was palpable, the ceremony itself was the result of months of meticulous planning. Event organizers revealed that every detail was considered, from the exact placement of flowers and lighting to the sequence of musical performances. The LED screen, the centerpiece of the stage, displayed never-before-seen footage of Yu MengLong at home, rehearsing lines, joking with friends, and laughing with fans during public appearances. This was interwoven with interviews from family, colleagues, and friends, giving the audience a multidimensional view of the man behind the icon. Special effects subtly enhanced the atmosphere. Mist rolling over the stage, lighting shifts in tune with emotional crescendos in the music, and a synchronized release of white doves symbolizing peace and transcendence. One production assistant described it as the kind of event that would make him proud, blending spectacle with heart. Several moments stood out as particularly emotional. When his closest friends took the stage to speak, the crowd collectively gasped as raw, unfiltered grief poured from the speakers. One longtime collaborator broke down mid-sentence, saying, "He was more than a friend. He was a brother, a mentor, a light in our darkest days. We will never forget him." Another unforgettable moment occurred during the musical segment. A renowned orchestra played an orchestral rendition of Yu MengLong's most famous song. At the climax, the stage lighting shifted to a single beam, illuminating a giant portrait of him smiling. Thousands of fans were seen raising their arms, some singing along, some sobbing, all sharing a universal, unspoken connection. Even those who could not attend in person found ways to participate. Fans across Asia, Europe, and North America held candlelight vigils in their own cities, posting photos online with hashtags that quickly went viral. A viral montage emerged, stitched together by fans themselves, showing people lighting candles in New York, Seoul, Paris, and Sydney, all synchronized to one of his songs. Social media exploded with messages from celebrities, fellow actors, and international fans. Videos flooded YouTube showing fans creating murals, dance tributes, and even short films inspired by his life and work. One particularly moving tribute involved a group of dancers performing in a circle, their movements synchronized with his songs, capturing both the grief and the joy of remembering him. While fans and the global audience watched from afar, the most private and heart-wrenching moments unfolded behind closed doors. Yu MengLong's family, friends, and closest collaborators had gathered for a portion of the ceremony that the public would never forget. Though much of it was carefully shielded from cameras, journalists on site captured glimpses of the profound grief and love radiating from those who knew him best. Yu MengLong's parents, siblings, and extended family were at the center of the private memorial chamber. Sources describe the room as being dimly lit, walls adorned with his childhood photographs, early awards, and treasured memorabilia that traced the arc of his life. The family had requested a space where they could grieve, reflect, and speak about him without interruption. Eyewitnesses recount seeing his mother clutching a worn notebook, his diary from his early acting days, while his father quietly held her hand, tears falling silently. A younger sibling was reportedly seen whispering a final "thank you" into a microphone, meant to be broadcast to the public but only audible to those in the chamber. It was a raw, unfiltered moment that encapsulated the human side of the superstar. A son, a brother, a loved one. Close collaborators shared stories that revealed sides of Yu MengLong the public rarely saw. One longtime actor friend described him as a man who could light up a room with a smile but also carried a weight on his shoulders that he never wanted anyone to see. Another colleague recounted a private moment during filming, where Yu MengLong stayed up all night helping a junior actor perfect a scene, ignoring his own exhaustion. These stories painted a portrait of a man whose generosity, humility, and devotion to his craft extended far beyond the stage and screen. Fans watching online were moved to tears, sharing screenshots and clips with captions like, "He wasn't just a star. He was a mentor to the world." The most intense and symbolic part of the ceremony was the final farewell ritual. At precisely sunset, a massive platform was raised, carrying Yu MengLong's casket draped in a white cloth embroidered with his initials. The crowd fell silent as ceremonial drums began a slow, resonant rhythm, echoing through the streets. Doves were released simultaneously, symbolizing peace and transcendence, while a synchronized light show bathed the stage in golden hues. This orchestrated moment became a defining image of the day. Thousands of fans standing in reverent silence, candles flickering in unison, tears streaming down countless faces. At the very end, the family stepped forward for a private farewell. They placed personal mementos on the casket, childhood drawings, letters from fans, and a final handwritten note from Yu MengLong himself, discovered after his passing. Witnesses described a moment so powerful that even seasoned journalists, hardened by years of covering tragic events, were visibly shaken. As the ceremony concluded, the energy of the crowd remained palpable. Fans lingered, unwilling to leave, sharing stories, comforting each other, and singing his songs softly. Many vowed to continue his legacy, organizing charity events, online tribute projects, and fan clubs dedicated to preserving his memory. Social media continued to explode. Clips from the final ritual alone garnered millions of views within hours, trending globally. Fans around the world shared their own moments of reflection, creating a decentralized yet unified memorial that echoed the ceremony itself, intimate, personal, and universal. While fans filled the streets and millions tuned in online, the ceremony drew an unprecedented gathering of celebrities, public figures, and collaborators from across the globe. Their presence not only highlighted Yu MengLong's extraordinary impact on the entertainment world, but also added layers of drama, emotion, and intrigue that made this event unlike any other. Walking the solemn procession route, several A-list actors, musicians, and industry insiders were seen visibly moved, some holding back tears, others breaking down entirely. Among them was Jackson Wang, whose emotional speech referencing their collaboration on a secret project left the crowd stunned. "He was a visionary," Jackson said, his voice breaking. "A friend, a brother, a mentor. He changed the way I see life and art." Other celebrities shared personal anecdotes that revealed the depth of Yu MengLong's influence. One famous director recounted a late-night phone call where Yu MengLong had encouraged a struggling cast member with words that would later inspire an entire generation. These candid moments showed the superstar as someone whose generosity extended far beyond the public eye. Journalists on the ground captured whispered exchanges and subtle gestures that hinted at the tensions, secrets, and mysteries surrounding Yu MengLong's final months. Sources claimed that several collaborators had been sworn to secrecy regarding unreleased projects and private messages, some of which were now being unveiled for the first time. One insider revealed that Yu MengLong had planned a series of surprise projects meant to debut posthumously. Projects that reflected not just his artistry but also his desire to inspire change. "He wanted people to see his vision in full," the insider said. "And he made sure every detail mattered, even knowing he wouldn't be there to see it." This revelation sent ripples through social media, fueling discussions, speculation, and trending hashtags that dominated YouTube and Twitter. As the ceremony unfolded, certain moments quickly became global talking. At the very end, the family stepped forward for a private farewell. They placed personal mementos on the casket, childhood drawings, letters from fans, and a final handwritten note from Yu MengLong himself, discovered after his passing. Witnesses described a moment so powerful that even seasoned journalists, hardened by years of covering tragic events, were visibly shaken. As the ceremony concluded, the energy of the crowd remained palpable. Fans lingered, unwilling to leave, sharing stories, comforting each other, and singing his songs softly. Many vowed to continue his legacy, organizing charity events, online tribute projects, and fan clubs dedicated to preserving his memory. Social media continued to explode. Clips from the final ritual alone garnered millions of views within hours, trending globally. Fans around the world shared their own moments of reflection, creating a decentralized yet unified memorial that echoed the ceremony itself, intimate, personal, and universal. While fans filled the streets and millions tuned in online, the ceremony drew an unprecedented gathering of celebrities, public figures, and collaborators from across the globe. Their presence not only highlighted Yu MengLong's extraordinary impact on the entertainment world, but also added layers of drama, emotion, and intrigue that made this event unlike any other. Walking the solemn procession route, several A-list actors, musicians, and industry insiders were seen visibly moved, some holding back tears, others breaking down entirely. Among them was Jackson Wang, whose emotional speech referencing their collaboration on a secret project left the crowd stunned. "He was a visionary," Jackson said, his voice breaking. "A friend, a brother, a mentor. He changed the way I see life and art." Other celebrities shared personal anecdotes that revealed the depth of Yu MengLong's influence. One famous director recounted a late-night phone call where Yu MengLong had encouraged a struggling cast member with words that would later inspire an entire generation. These candid moments showed the superstar as someone whose generosity extended far beyond the public eye. Journalists on the ground captured whispered exchanges and subtle gestures that hinted at the tensions, secrets, and mysteries surrounding Yu MengLong's final months. Sources claimed that several collaborators had been sworn to secrecy regarding unreleased projects and private messages, some of which were now being unveiled for the first time. One insider revealed that Yu MengLong had planned a series of surprise projects meant to debut posthumously. Projects that reflected not just his artistry but also his desire to inspire change. "He wanted people to see his vision in full," the insider said. "And he made sure every detail mattered, even knowing he wouldn't be there to see it." This revelation sent ripples through social media, fueling discussions, speculation, and trending hashtags that dominated YouTube and Twitter. As the ceremony unfolded, certain moments quickly became global talking points. A clip showing a fan breaking into song with his iconic track while surrounded by thousands went viral within minutes, racking up millions of views. Another video captured a spontaneous moment where a group of dancers appeared in the crowd, performing an intricate routine inspired by Yu MengLong's choreography, a performance that left even veteran reporters in tears. Even minor details, like a glimpse of a personal memento carried by his family, sparked a wave of fan theories, emotional commentary, and tributes online. YouTube channels, TikTok accounts, and Instagram pages were flooded with reaction videos, edits, and heartfelt messages, creating a digital memorial that matched the intensity of the live event. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the ceremony was the way it transcended borders. Fans from dozens of countries shared synchronized tributes, candlelight vigils, flash mobs, and music covers that recreated the atmosphere of the ceremony. News outlets reported that the live stream peak viewership exceeded previous records for any celebrity funeral in Asia, showing that Yu MengLong's influence had become truly global. Even governments and public institutions issued statements acknowledging his contributions to arts and culture, further cementing his status not just as an entertainer, but as a cultural icon whose legacy would endure for generations. While the ceremony was a celebration of Yu MengLong's life, it was not without its moments of tension and controversy, elements that only heightened the global fascination. Fans, media, and celebrities all witnessed events that would become instant viral fodder, fueling discussions for weeks after the ceremony ended. One of the most talked-about incidents involved a sudden appearance by a rival celebrity, whose presence sparked whispers of old feuds and unresolved tensions. Security had to carefully escort the figure to a private section, but not before dozens of photographers captured fleeting images. Social media exploded with speculation, trending hashtags questioning past conflicts and alliances in Yu MengLong's circle. Another minor controversy arose over the display of certain unreleased works. Some fans felt that the ceremonial presentation favored certain aspects of his career over others, igniting debates online about his artistic legacy. These discussions, while heated, only amplified engagement, driving millions more to tune into clips and live streams to form their own opinions. Despite the controversies, the most touching moments involved direct interactions between the family and the fans. Numerous fans were allowed to leave personal messages, flowers, or small tributes at designated memorial stations along the procession route. Many shared stories of how Yu MengLong had helped them overcome personal struggles, from illness to mental health challenges. One particularly moving story involved a young man who had traveled thousands of miles just to hand-deliver a letter he had written to Yu MengLong years earlier but never had the chance to send. As he placed the letter at the memorial station, cameras captured him breaking down in tears, and nearby fans embraced him, sharing in the raw emotion. Videos of this moment instantly went viral, with millions commenting about the humanity and unity sparked by Yu MengLong's life. Several moments during the ceremony were so unexpected that journalists on site described them as unforgettable and surreal. During a tribute performance, a sudden technical malfunction caused a momentary blackout on the main stage. For a split second, the thousands of candles carried by fans became the only source of light, creating a breathtaking visual of thousands of glowing points piercing the dusk. Fans later described this as a symbolic moment, as if Yu MengLong's spirit was illuminating the world himself. Clips of this scene went viral immediately, with YouTube creators producing cinematic edits set to his music that racked up millions of views within hours. The ripple effect of the ceremony reached far beyond China. Fans in Europe, North America, and Southeast Asia organized simultaneous online vigils. Social media analytics reported that hashtags related to Yu MengLong's final ceremony dominated global trending lists for more than 48 hours. Psychologists and media analysts commented on the profound impact of the event, noting that the combination of celebrity presence, personal stories, rituals, and live-streamed accessibility created a new kind of global mourning, one that transcended geography and social media platforms. By the end of the day, the world had witnessed not just a funeral, but a monumental celebration of life, love, and cultural impact. The ceremony had sparked conversations about art, grief, fandom, and the ways in which a single individual can touch millions of lives. It was, in every sense, a moment that would be remembered in the history of pop culture, social media, and global fandom. While the world watched the spectacle of Yu MengLong's final ceremony, only a handful of people knew the monumental effort it took to make it all possible. From organizers to production crews, every detail was painstakingly curated to honor a life that touched millions. We spoke with several key organizers who helped plan the event, and their stories reveal a level of dedication few could imagine. One production manager explained that the ceremony had been in the works for months, even before the tragic passing became widely known. Yu MengLong was meticulous in everything he did, she said. Even in death, we wanted to honor his attention to detail. Every flower, every note, every light had meaning. Another organizer shared how they had consulted closely with Yu MengLong's family to ensure that the ceremony reflected both public admiration and private intimacy. It was a delicate balance. We wanted to give the fans the experience they deserved while protecting the family's emotional space. Among the most viral elements of the ceremony was the use of previously unreleased footage of Yu MengLong. Fans were given glimpses of him rehearsing lines, laughing with colleagues, and sharing heartfelt moments with his inner circle. One particular clip, showing him practicing a song alone in a dimly lit studio, went viral within hours. Fans described it as raw, personal, and hauntingly beautiful, a side of Yu MengLong rarely seen by the public. Social media exploded as fans stitched these clips together, creating montage tributes that were shared across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. The sheer volume of content produced reflected the depth of Yu MengLong's global impact. The ceremony also inspired reflection on the lessons Yu MengLong left behind. Speakers repeatedly emphasized his work ethic, humility, and unwavering commitment to his craft. He taught us that art is about connection, one friend said. It's not just about fame or success, it's about how you make people feel. Fans and media analysts noted that the ceremony itself became a lesson in global unity. People from diverse backgrounds came together, not just to mourn, but to celebrate creativity, humanity, and shared experiences. In a world often divided, Yu MengLong's life and final ceremony reminded everyone of the power of art to transcend boundaries. Even after the event concluded, its influence continued to spread. Fan projects inspired by the ceremony, including murals, charity initiatives, and online memorials, demonstrated that Yu MengLong's legacy was far from static. Social media continued to buzz, not with fleeting excitement, but with meaningful tributes, reactions, and reflections on his life and work. Journalists described the final ceremony as a masterclass in emotional storytelling, combining spectacle with intimate human connection. Its impact was global, leaving an indelible mark on both fans and the broader cultural landscape. Even after the final ceremony ended, the energy surrounding Yu MengLong's life refused to dissipate. Across the globe, fans created their own tributes, turning grief into art, reflection, and solidarity. The phenomenon quickly became more than just mourning. It became a movement, cementing his legacy as a global cultural icon. In cities like Seoul, Tokyo, Paris, and New York, fans organized public vigils that mirrored the atmosphere of the main ceremony. Candles, flowers, and banners adorned streets and parks, with thousands gathering to sing his songs, read his quotes, and share memories. One particularly moving event occurred in Los Angeles, where a group of fans performed a choreographed dance inspired by his music videos. A fan-made video of the performance quickly went viral, garnering millions of views on YouTube and TikTok within hours. Fans commented on the video, saying it captured both the joy and heartbreak associated with Yu MengLong's life. For those unable to attend physical gatherings, technology became a bridge. Online memorials, live streams, and fan forums exploded with activity. Some fans created interactive maps highlighting locations connected to his life, while others produced digital candles and tribute pages where people from around the world could leave messages. YouTube channels specializing in celebrity tributes reported record-breaking engagement. One channel uploaded a montage of fans from 30 countries singing one of Yu MengLong's unreleased tracks, reaching millions of views in less than 24 hours. The comment section became a global space for sharing grief, love, and admiration, showing how digital platforms amplified the ceremony's emotional impact. Even after the ceremony, prominent figures from around the world continued to publicly honor him. Actors, musicians, and social media influencers shared heartfelt messages, creating a chain reaction of recognition and tribute. One international singer tweeted, "Yu MengLong's artistry transcended borders. His light will shine forever." Cultural commentators highlighted how the ceremony and subsequent memorials had created a new template for global mourning in the digital age. They noted that the combination of live events, virtual participation, and fan-driven tributes demonstrated the evolving nature of fame, grief, and collective remembrance. The global response ensured that Yu MengLong remained a trending topic long after the ceremony. Hashtags like #YuMengLongForever, #FinalFarewell, and #GlobalTribute dominated social media platforms, while fan edits, reaction videos, and compilations flooded YouTube feeds. Some clips went viral for their emotional intensity. A fan collapsing in tears after seeing the stage lighting tribute, children singing his songs in perfect harmony, and orchestral renditions performed in public spaces across multiple countries. These moments cemented his status not only as a beloved entertainer but also as a unifying symbol for millions. What began as a local ceremony transformed into a worldwide movement of remembrance, creativity, and cultural engagement. Fans continue to organize events, produce tribute content, and share stories about how Yu MengLong touched their lives. In doing so, they ensure that his legacy is living, breathing, and evolving, a phenomenon that no single ceremony could contain. Close friends and collaborators shared personal memories that had never been public before. One co-star revealed that Yu MengLong had been secretly mentoring dozens of young performers, often spending late nights rehearsing with them to ensure they succeeded. "He didn't want recognition," the friend said. "He wanted to lift others up because he believed that talent should be shared." Another longtime colleague described a private moment during the production of one of his final projects. Yu MengLong had written a message to his fans, intended to be released after his passing. It read, "Even when I am gone, the music, the stories, and the love continue. Keep dreaming. Keep fighting. Keep shining." The release of this message sent shockwaves through the fan community, reinforcing the emotional depth of his final ceremony. The final ceremony also brought some surprising revelations to light. Unreleased music, personal letters, and artistic projects were displayed or referenced for the first time. Fans discovered that Yu MengLong had been working on multiple philanthropic projects, using his platform to support mental health initiatives, environmental causes, and youth arts programs. Journalists noted that these posthumous efforts were a testament to his forward-thinking mindset. Even in planning his own legacy, he prioritized the impact he could have on others rather than focusing solely on fame. These revelations caused a renewed surge in fan engagement online, with millions discussing how his life had quietly inspired positive change. The culmination of the ceremony, and the global tributes that followed, offered fans a rare sense of closure. Social media was flooded with messages like, "I cried, I laughed, I celebrated him. I finally feel like I said goodbye." Fan groups coordinated to create visual tributes, including mosaics made from thousands of photos of Yu MengLong, and collaborative art projects inspired by his songs. Even ordinary citizens who had never met him shared how his life and work had impacted them. From helping young people find confidence to inspiring global acts of kindness, Yu MengLong's influence continued to resonate far beyond the entertainment industry. Yu MengLong's final ceremony was more than a farewell. It was a masterclass in love, grief, and cultural influence. The blending of tradition, spectacle, intimate storytelling, and global participation created an event that transcended a typical memorial. Analysts, fans, and cultural historians agree that his passing, and the way it was commemorated, sets a new standard for how the world honors iconic figures. Through music, film, and shared human experience, Yu MengLong's spirit lives on, uniting people across continents, cultures, and generations. In the end, the global response proved one thing: legends never truly leave us. They live on in memory, in art, and in the countless lives they touch. Yu MengLong may have departed from this world, but his legacy is immortal, etched into history, hearts, and every viral tribute that continues to inspire millions around the globe.